Keys Family Financial Solutions presents How Money Works for Kids. If you're watching this video on YouTube, please like the video and subscribe to the channel. If you're watching this video on Facebook, please like the page. I'm your host, Tyrone Keys. My team has over 100 years of experience helping people make smart financial decisions. We provide individualized solutions to help people save money, plan for retirement, mitigate healthcare costs, protect and grow their income. Call us today with your financial questions. 443-379-4359. Growing up money smart. Schools don't teach children how money works, but you can. You can raise money smart kids. You can start the money conversation early. You can guide them to make good money choices. You can help your kids avoid money pitfalls. In so doing, you can make your entire family more financially sound and start the process toward true generational wealth. Our first episode in the series is Check the Money Mirror. Children often make some very common mistakes when it comes to money. But there are ways to not only fix these mistakes, but reinforce positive behavior with regard to money. Little children tend to lose money. Designate a safe place for money and or dole it out in smaller amounts. This will also teach the child about the value and finite nature of money. When it comes to borrowing money, you should set the expectation that your kids have to pay loans back early in order to reinforce that money's not free, and also to get them into a good habit of avoiding interest that over time can really end up in many ways costing them more than whatever it was they purchased to begin with. Monitor inappropriate purchases and say no to anything you feel is unsafe, unhealthy, and stick to it. And by unsafe and unhealthy, we could mean something that is just an impulse buy. That's unhealthy in terms of creating good financial habits. So one thing you may want to do, after you've stuck to your guns and said no to those types of purchases, revisit the item in 2 months when the novelty and fad nature of it is probably worn off, and demonstrate to the child how delayed gratification can be beneficial. Greed and miserliness. Help children understand how rewarding sharing wealth with others can be. Now, we all know that wealth comes in many forms, so with this particular piece of advice, it doesn't always equal sharing money, but that wealth that your kids are sharing can be the same type of wealth that you're sharing with them in terms of teaching good habits. If you teach a man to fish, you feed him for a lifetime. If you give him one fish, of course you fed him for a day. Finally, credit card debt. Teach older teens, especially those about to head off to college, not to spend more than they can pay off each month. Again, you want to instill in the children the healthy habit of avoiding as much interest as they possibly can. Setting an example. Whatever your child sees you do, they're probably going to mimic it, good or bad. So, model the attitudes you want your kids to have toward money. Emphasize the value of money. My mother used to always say, money doesn't grow on trees. In some of the tips we shared earlier, you emphasize the value of money by doling it out in smaller amounts to younger children, and to children that are a little bit older, you can assign them tasks in order to get an allowance, not just giving them money, but actually assigning them a task or encouraging them to start a business, more on that later, in order to earn money. Pay yourself first. If you're not in the habit of doing this already, we have a whole video on why you should pay yourself first. I encourage you to watch that video. Pay yourself first and let your children know that you are paying yourself first and why you're doing that. Get debt under control. Again, debt is costing you money and interest. And in order to knock that interest down, you need to get your debt under control, and you need to have these types of conversations with children. Typically, parents don't like to have money conversations with children, but there are a few better conversations to have with your children because it really prepares them well to understand, again, how money works so that they can be better stewards of it as adults. Be in the habit of giving. Again, giving not only takes the form of charitable monetary contributions, but also good financial advice. This is something that will truly help generations of your family to come. And again, speak openly about money with your kids. Make it an open conversation so that children grow up understanding the finite nature of money and what it takes to earn a buck so that they will be better prepared for life. And keep your priorities straight. If there's something, for example, kids want to go to Disney World, but that's not in the plan right now, again, talk to them about why staying on the financial straight and narrow and delaying that gratification will pay off in the end. This is important, not just to say no, but to explain why the money the situation cannot be afforded at this particular time because we're doing other things to prioritize our investments, our savings. We're getting the family straight from that standpoint first, and then we'll have fun. What better lesson could you teach to your kids about finances than, again, that delayed gratification piece? Our next episode will be to save or not to save. Play to prosper. I'll see you then.